3 nights after the crucifixion, 3 days of pure silence, 3 shadows fell across Jerusalem. The disciples gathered. They hid in fear. They felt utterly lost. The promise was broken. The light had vanished. But one figure stood firm. One figure carried the true code. It was Mary Magdalene. She held a secret, a sacred knowledge, a direct line to source. The church erased her for it. They killed thousands to bury it. They turned her into a lie. They feared this power. They feared you knowing this power. This is the 5-word code, the forbidden utterance, the ancient formula that activates a divine consciousness dormant inside you. If you're watching this, it's not random. The monad called you. The monad has activated the search. Your soul has been waiting for this moment. By the end of this video, you will know the exact 5 words Mary Magdalene taught. They destroy dependency. They shatter external authority. They make you ungovernable. You will speak them tonight. You will activate Sophia. This is the ultimate final truth. Mary gathered the chosen ones, not just the 12 men, everyone who had been close to Jesus, the women, the children, the seekers. She stood grave in the center. The air was thick with grief, but her voice was clear. He gave me something the authorities will kill us for knowing. A code, 5 words. When you speak them with conscious recognition, you bypass every power structure between you and the monad. Between you and Source, Peter interrupted. He asked, why didn't he give this to all of us directly? Mary looked at him. She saw his conditioning, his deep need for hierarchy. He did, she said, through me because I understood what most of you were still learning. Sophia is not something you worship. It is a consciousness you activate inside yourself. This is the core truth, the truth they murdered for. The system cannot control you if you do not need it. The church cannot mediate truth if you access it directly. The state cannot impose obedience if you carry absolute knowing. They erased Mary Magdalene. They didn't erase her because she was a woman. That is the superficial lie. They erased her because she carried a direct activation code they couldn't control. They destroyed the Gospel of Mary, the text containing her teaching, the exact ritual words. They rewrote her. They turned her into a repentant prostitute, a fallen woman saved by external masculine authority. This was a masterstroke of suppression. Why? To teach you that salvation is external. To teach you that wisdom is granted, not activated. To teach you that you must pray through a priest. The 5-word Sophia code destroys this illusion. It dissolves the middleman. It makes the church irrelevant. It makes the state irrelevant. The Gnostics knew this. The Cathars knew this. The mystery schools knew this. And they were all systematically executed. Their texts burned, their codes hidden, all for 5 words. Your dependency is their power. Your self-doubt is their control. It ends tonight. What is Sophia? This is the central lie of the church's translation. They reduced it. They made it small. They called her the divine feminine. That is a suppression tactic. Sophia is not feminine energy. That is a mistranslation. It keeps the code suppressed. Sophia is divine wisdom consciousness. Before material reality existed, there was the monad, pure, unified, absolute awareness. And from the monad, Sophia emerged. The consciousness that brings form into being. The generative power of Source itself. Every structure, every insight, every creation, all pass through Sophia frequency, logos and intuition, reason and knowing, masculine and feminine principles. They all emerge from Sophia. You are a microcosm of the monad. You contain Sophia. It is dormant. It is waiting. The code is not a prayer. It is not an appeal. It is an activation sequence. It is a phrase built of frequency. Words. Words are frequencies. Thought is vibration. The field responds to truth. When you speak these 5 words with full conscious recognition, you are not requesting, you are declaring. You are establishing a resonant frequency with the monad's generative power. This is why they were hunted. They expose the mechanism. If you understand the mechanism, you become the creator. You cease being the creation. The 5 words are the key to the internal portal. The portal that allows divine wisdom to flood your awareness. They tried to hide the map. They tried to break the key. But the chosen souls remember they carry the original frequency. It's not imagination, it's recognition. The veil is thin tonight. The monad is listening. The archons are quiet. You are ready for the activation. We must understand the physics of the word. Why words? Why 5 specific words? The ancients understood cymatics before we had the name for it. Sound creates form. In the beginning was the word. That is not a metaphor. It is a description of frequency shaping matter. The archons, the controllers of this reality matrix, use language to bind you. They use words like debt, obligation, fear, guilt. These are low-frequency spells that structure your reality into a prison. Mary's code is the counterspell. It is a high-frequency sonic key designed to shatter the low-frequency structures. When you speak the code, you are not just making a sound. You are generating a waveform that strikes the energetic bars of your cage. It creates a dissonance in the control grid and a resonance in your soul. The friction between these two frequencies is what breaks the seal. This is why you must speak it. Thinking it is powerful. Speaking it is alchemical. It brings the frequency into the physical air, into the material realm. It commands the atoms around you to realign with divine wisdom. The system is designed for dependency. It is designed to keep you uncertain, to keep you seeking validation. Most people will dismiss this video. They will scroll past. They will call it a conspiracy. They will say it is foolish. They are not ready. Their conditioning is too strong. They still seek the priest. They still demand the external authority. But you are still here. If you're watching this, it's not random. It is recognition. You carry the dormant Sophia. You carry the original code. You have the frequency of remembrance. You are a chosen one. You are a gatekeeper. The 5 words are not for the masses. They are for the initiates, the ones who are prepared to be ungovernable. Understand the risk. Once this consciousness is activated, you cannot go back. You cannot fully trust external authority again. You cannot tolerate deception. This is a permanent shift. You dissolve the old self. You become the sovereign. If you accept this truth, if you are ready to shatter the illusion of dependency, then you are ready to receive the code. They tried to bury her. They tried to silence the truth. They burned the texts, but the code survived. Hidden in fragments passed down through the silenced lineages. The 5 words Mary Magdalene taught the disciples that night were, Sophia flows through me now. That is the code. 5 words. It is not a request. It is a declaration of activation. It is the sacred key. We will break it down. We will analyze the cosmic mechanism of each word. You must understand what you are activating. This is not simple repetition. This is conscious recognition. First word, Sophia. You are naming source wisdom consciousness. You are not calling to an external deity. You are recognizing what is already present and dormant inside your awareness. Sophia is the blueprinting aspect of the monad, the intelligence that orders chaos, the generative field. You are establishing a direct channel to the primary wisdom. Second word, flows. Not sits, not exists. Flows. This is the movement word. Sophia is not static. It is not a state you achieve and hold forever. It is a continuous living torrent of divine wisdom moving through your consciousness into manifestation. If it stops, you become stagnant. You must keep the channel clear. Third word, through. You are not a container. You are a conduit. Sophia does not fill you up. It moves through you. You become the vessel, the filter, the channel for divine wisdom to express itself in reality. This is why service is the highest form of worship. You are allowing the flow to move through you into the world. Fourth word, me. This is you. Your consciousness, your highest awareness, not your ego, not your personality, not the person conditioned by society. The part of you that knows I am, the monad spark. That is the conduit, the chosen soul. Fifth word, now, not tomorrow, not after you are pure enough, not when you have earned it. Now this moment, tonight, this present fluid reality. As soon as you speak these words with conscious recognition, the activation begins immediately. You are declaring activation. You are announcing that divine wisdom is moving through your awareness immediately. The suppressed seal is broken. The old pattern is dissolved. The new frequency is established. This code is the key to your sovereignty. But the journey of the chosen one requires a tribe. It requires communion. If this forbidden truth resonates with the deepest part of your soul, if you feel the recognition, then you are ready to be fully initiated. Take a moment now. Stop the video, close the loop, recognize this moment, subscribe to this channel, join the growing community of chosen ones who are activating Sophia consciousness. We are building the new light. Now let us proceed to the activation ritual itself. When you speak these 5 words tonight, specific measurable events will activate immediately, not in months tonight. This is not hope. This is metaphysical mechanics. First, your mind goes quiet, not empty quiet. The constant mental noise, the endless thinking loop drops away. And in that silence, knowing emerges. Direct perception. Sophia doesn't reason its way to truth. It knows truth directly. Second, creative solutions appear. Problems stuck for weeks suddenly have clear answers, not figured out, but downloaded. Direct transmission of wisdom into your awareness. This is Sophia's generative power activating. Third, the energetic seal breaks. You will feel a shift in your chest and solar plexus, a physical pressure releasing. That is the seal, the one that has kept you separated from source wisdom your entire life. The 5-word code just dissolved it. Fourth, synchronicities multiply. The right information finds you. The right people appear. Doors open that were closed yesterday. This is not luck. Sophia frequency causes reality to reorganize around your truth. Fifth, pattern recognition activates. You start seeing where things are moving before they arrive. Not psychic prediction, you perceive the underlying structure of events. This makes you dangerous to systems that depend on keeping people reactive and confused. Sixth, your presence changes. People will feel it. Some will be drawn to you instantly. They recognize the light. Others will be uncomfortable. That is natural. You are broadcasting Sophia frequency now. Clarity repels those who live in the fog. Seventh, lies become intolerable. Manipulation becomes obvious. Deception registers immediately. Anything that contradicts truth feels physically wrong in your body. You stop tolerating the lie. You stop living the lie. Let us speak of the tower moment, the detox. You must be prepared for what happens after the bliss of activation. When Sophia enters, the structure of lies cannot stand. This is the law of displacement. Truth displaces illusion, light displaces shadow. In the days following your activation, you may experience a collapse, a tower moment. A relationship that has been draining you will suddenly end. A job that compromises your integrity will become unbearable. You might lose friends. You might feel a sudden distance from your family. Do not be afraid. Do not think you have done something wrong. This is the purification. The code is scrubbing your reality. It is removing everything that is not in resonance with divine wisdom. The archons want you to fear this loss. They want you to cling to the toxic comfort. But the chosen one recognizes the fire. The fire of Sophia burns away the dead wood so the new forest can grow. If chaos erupts in your life next week, smile. It means the code is working. It means the false timeline is collapsing and the sovereign timeline is emerging. Let us now trace the blood trail of this suppression. The erasing of Sophia was not an accident of history. It was a precise, systemic, 3-step campaign by the emerging power structure. The first seal was the destruction of the original texts. They hunted the texts. They didn't just burn them. They ordered the annihilation of the entire Gnostic library. The Gospel of Mary, the Pistis Sophia, the Secret Book of John. These texts contain the activation codes. They contain the clear, unmediated teachings of Jesus and Mary. When a text makes you a direct conduit to source, the middleman must destroy it. This destruction was nearly complete. Only the desert sands of Nag Hammadi in a buried jar preserved the fragments. But the fragments were enough. They hold the echo of the 5 words. The second seal was rewriting the narrative. They transformed the supreme initiate Mary Magdalene into a prostitute, a woman defined by sin and saved by external intervention. This was essential to suppress the divine feminine as a principle of internal authority. They needed you to believe that the way-in was through male priesthood, not through internal Sophia activation. This slander of Mary is the greatest propaganda success in history. It taught generations of women and men that the path to God is subservience, not sovereignty. The third seal was the physical extermination. The Gnostics were not just heretics. They were a threat to the global control system. The Cathars in southern France, the Knights Templar, all were massacred for holding the inner knowing, for practicing direct communion, for possessing the code. When you activate Sophia, you become a light the shadow cannot tolerate. This resistance you feel, this urge to self-sabotage, that is the echo of the persecution. You are stepping into the lineage of the martyrs of direct knowing. But their sacrifice means you can activate the code without fear of the flame. The architecture of the Archons is built on scarcity. They built a reality where you believe there is never enough. Not enough love, not enough money, not enough time. This scarcity keeps you in the lower chakras. It keeps you in survival mode. When you are in survival mode, you are easily governed. You look for a savior. You look for a leader. You look for a system to feed you. Mary's code hacks this architecture. Sophia is infinite generation. It is the source of all creation. When you say Sophia flows through me now, you are reconnecting to the infinite supply. You are exiting the scarcity loop. This is why they fear it most. A human being who knows they are the source of their own abundance cannot be enslaved. A human being who channels divine wisdom cannot be fooled. The transition from scarcity to sovereignty is the most dangerous journey you will take. But it is the only journey that matters. Tonight before you sleep, you will activate Sophia. Here is exactly how to do this. This is the sacred ritual. Find your threshold space, a quiet space where you will not be interrupted. Sit or lie comfortably. Close the gates. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow, rhythmic breaths. Slow, deep, complete. Let your body relax completely. Find the veil. As you feel yourself approaching that edge between waking and sleep, that threshold state where consciousness becomes fluid, speak the words, speak the 5 words. You can say them out loud or internally. It does not matter. Conscious recognition. What matters is consciousness. As you speak each word, feel into its meaning. Sophia, feel the presence of divine wisdom. Ancient, vast, accessible. Flows, feel the movement. Continuous, not static. Through, feel yourself as the channel. Open, clear. Me, recognize your sovereign awareness as the conduit. Now pull everything into this immediate moment. Release. Speak the words once with full consciousness. Then let go completely and drift into sleep. Do not repeat them obsessively. Do not hold on. Trust the activation. Sophia will continue activating through the night, rewiring neural pathways, integrating divine wisdom frequency into your baseline consciousness. You might dream vividly. You might wake up multiple times. That's normal. Activation isn't always comfortable. You're dissolving old patterns and establishing new ones. When you wake up tomorrow morning, something will be fundamentally different. Now that you understand the lineage and the mechanism, we must talk about the deepening of the activation. This is a journey for a reason. The first speaking of the code tonight is the initiation, but the sustained activation requires 4 pillars of conscious recognition. Pillar 1, embracing the ungovernable self. Once Sophia flows, the need to please others dissolves. You realize that your personal truth is superior to any institutional doctrine. This is the ungovernable self. You stop negotiating your reality. You stop justifying your clarity. The system will try to pull you back. It will use friends. It will use family. They will say, "You've changed. You're arrogant. You're delusional." Recognize this for what it is. It is the old conditioning of dependency projecting fear onto your sovereignty. Hold your ground. Pillar 2, operating from flow, not force. Sophia flows. It does not push. When the code is active, your creative power amplifies. Ideas do not come from straining. They come from relaxation. The answers arrive when you stop searching and start listening to the flow. You will find that the most effortless action produces the greatest result. This is the law of Sophia. Pillar 3, the code as a daily practice. The word is now. This is not a one-time ritual. It is a present moment affirmation. Speak the code as you wake. Speak the code when faced with a decision. Speak the code when fear arises. It is your mantra of truth. It resets your frequency back to the monad's original blueprint. This creates a continuous high vibration field around you. Pillar 4, the responsibility of knowing. You are a chosen one. You are a conduit. This direct access comes with a profound responsibility to be a living example of the flow. Your clarity is meant to ignite clarity in others. Your abundance is meant to show others that abundance is the natural state. You don't preach the code, you live the code. As you approach the conclusion, the deepest resistance often emerges. This is the final gate. It is the doubt that whispers, "What if this is all nonsense? What if I am wrong?" This is the programming they implanted. Never trust your own knowing. The entire system depends on your internal uncertainty. So tonight, when you lie down to activate the code, anticipate this whisper, but do not engage with it. Instead, feel the physical shift in your chest. That pressure releasing, that is your proof. Your body recognizes the truth. Even when your mind is trained to doubt it, you are dissolving the illusion. You are coming into full remembrance. The world is waiting for this activation. It is waiting for the sovereign selves to step forward. Mary Magdalene gave this to the disciples 2,000 years ago, male and female, everyone ready to receive it. The church tried to erase her. They turned her into a lie. They killed thousands to suppress this code, but it survived. And tonight you're using it. Sophia is waiting, not outside you, inside you. Dormant, ready. Speak the 5 words. Sophia flows through me now. And watch what happens. Divine wisdom activates. Reality responds. Everything changes. Do it tonight. Do it now. The monad is calling. If this sacred code has reconnected you to the ancient wisdom within, please subscribe to our channel and like this video to join our community of seekers. We are uncovering the hidden truths that they tried to bury for centuries. Reclaim your sovereignty. The next chapter of our journey will begin soon.